Well, Jimmy, you are the champion at the moment, but you're not actually taking part this year. What's happened?
No, we've retired gracefully, Alan, this year. This is, I've sold the car to Wilson Girvan from Inverness. This is his first event, so I'll give him some practice before the Scottish Championship for 1985. So I hope he does well with it. I hope he does well. It's a big car, and he's quite looking forward to it himself. So he should do okay, I think. He's a good driver, Wilson.
Now, what about the championship then? Was that really what you wanted to get? You wanted to get the title, and once you'd done that, there was nothing else to do?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's always the aim of any rally driver to win the Scottish Championship. As you know, it's a very, very hard title to win. It's a rough championship, long and hard on the car. We've been fairly young at rallying. We've only been doing it for 7 years now. At my age, it seems ridiculous. But I think it's about time I sort of packed in the rally side of it. But I do intend to keep on the saloon car racing at Ingliston, Knockhill for 1985 with the wee brown Celica. So we'll still be involved in the sport somewhere down the line.
Do you not wish you were taking part today, though?
Well, I'm morning this, the sun's shining, you think it'll be lovely out there, but I'll tell you, these boys will be flying today. They'll have to be, because and it's going to be slippy. So I think it'll be quite a feast today for spectators. I'm going to enjoy spectating as well, so I've done it.
It's actually, it's going to be between the two of you, but there are a whole lot of permutations, aren't there?
Oh, there are indeed. With the way the point scoring system works, there's 1,000,001 permutations on what can happen, and depending how Andrew and I get on, where we finish, whether we're in the top 10 or whether we're way down the field for various reasons, you know, it's impossible to work out really. It's that close.
So Andrew, it's not just a case of winning today. It depends on where Donald Higgy comes, for example, and all that sort of thing.
Oh yes, we've got to have 2 or 3 people between us to. Well, hopefully we're in front and Kenny's 2 or 3 behind, but we'll never know. We'll not know that to the end of the rally. And I think it's both just got to go out and drive our best and hope.
You've had a good season really altogether, haven't you?
Oh, very good. We're very pleased. We've achieved what we aimed for, and it's good to be in this position at the end of the year.
Ken and Andrew, well, they've got a lot to go for today, and the butterflies, their stomach must be going right now, I'll tell you.
But Ken Wood showed no signs of concern as he lined up for the start of the first road section in his powerful 3.5 litre Rover. But his points total in the championship was almost matched by Andrew, rounding off a season in which he'd taken the Scottish rally world by storm. And Donald Higgy only had to finish the event to be assured of 3rd place in the championship. I joined Alistair McSkimming in his Escort Turbo to keep a closer watch on the battle at the head of the field. Well, we may not be in line for the championship, but like the 100 or so cars behind us, we'll be going flat out. The Sprint Tyres Trossachs Rally is a unique partnership run jointly by the Scottish Sporting, Apex, Coltness and Strathclyde Police car clubs and makes the most of a traditional and gruelling route round the forests of Lochard, Acre, Garabban, Carn and Kirkmuir. On the first special stage through Renegar, Donald Higgy was clearly easing off from his usual furious pace, content to let the Woods fight out the title between themselves. But just behind was the driving force of Borderer George Marshall's Chevette, returning to the Scottish forests after a season spent largely south of the border. While in another Chevette, Robin Christie wanted to improve on what's been a less than successful year. But there's another and less glamorous side to rallying, a side without which the sport simply wouldn't exist.
3, 2, 1.
And the scores of marshals who man each special stage are rewarded with a shower of stone. After 3 stages, Ken Wood had established a 3-second lead, but the conditions were deteriorating, and Andrew Wood was drawing on all his experience to catch the hefty Rover of his namesake. While Tom Muir in the Opel Ascona had edged ahead of Donald Higgy's Escort. The team partnership of Dougie Riach and Wilson Girvan got closer than they'd expected when Riach's Escort punctured a tyre and bent the steering, letting Girvan catch up in the former Jimmy Fleming Toyota. Rallying isn't just about fast driving. Success also depends on the technical expertise of the service crews, who at times are called upon to virtually rebuild damaged cars at the roadside. Everywhere the rally cars go, the travelling circus of mobile workshops aren't far behind.
Right, repeat, I do.
Andrew Wood was going well, but the conditions weren't exactly to his liking.
Oh, good, no, it's very, very slippy.
The spanners packed away again and battle resumed as the two leaders carried on to the next competitive stage, the twisting fast track round the Carn Reservoir north of Glasgow. Through the villages around the route, the rally attracted attention, and not just from those who knew what was going on. And it was our last appearance before coming to grief in deep mud in the depths of the Carn stage. Others passed through unscathed to make their way to the second half of the 6-hour event, which by early afternoon combined a hard day's motorsport with the natural beauty of the Lake of Menteith. By the first run through the Acre forest, Ken Wood had built up an 8-second lead. But that was still a slim margin to have over the irrepressible Andrew Wood's Sunbeam Lotus. While Donald Heggie maintained steady pressure, using his vast experience to stay in the running, but out of danger. George Marshall had dropped down the field, slowed by a puncture, but he carried on, driving on the rim. No such problems for Tom Muir. And Robin Christie held on to his place among the leaders. The title was now within Ken Wood's grasp as he looked set to consolidate his championship points with another win. After 6 stages, Ken Wood was leading, followed by Andrew and Donald Heggie. David Galanders had moved up to 4th, but there was still a long way to go, and Ken was under pressure.
Ken, that's you now after 6-7 stages. You're starting into stage 7 here. You're 8 seconds up on your arch rival, and the man who might stop you from winning the championship. What you got to say? Can you keep it up?
Well, we're 8 seconds in front of Andrew, but more importantly, we're 45 seconds in front of Donald Heggie, and we only need to finish second in this event to take the championship.
Andrew, here we are after 6 stages now. Ken's away in front of you. He thinks he's going to be able to hold on to his 8-second lead. What have you got to say to that?
Well, I hope it doesn't.
You hope he doesn't?
I know, we'll try our best to take it up.
Okay.
Quicker than him in here this morning, so we're trying very hard again.
How much quicker were you than him this morning?
5 seconds quicker up.
Alright, so in this group of 3 stages you could maybe take it all back again, could you?
So. Try very hard.
Okay, and the car's alright?
Doing very well.
Great stuff. Okay, all the best.